Some of you may wonder why I'm dressed the way I am. I have an apron on. This is an egg collecting apron that our son and his wife gave me for Christmas one year. So I'd like to read a couple of poems about aprons. The first one is called Grandmother's Apron, and it's by an unknown author. I don't think our children know what an apron is. The principal use of Grandma's apron was to protect the dress underneath, but along with that served as a pot holder for removing hot pans from the oven. It was wonderful for drying children's tears, and on occasion was even used for cleaning out dirty ears. From the chicken coop, the apron was used for carrying eggs, fussy chicks, and sometimes half-hatched eggs to be finished in the warming oven. When company came, those aprons were ideal hiding places for shy kids. And when the weather was cold, Grandma wrapped it around her arms. Those big old aprons wiped many a perspiring brow, bent over the hot wood stove. Chips and kindling wood were brought into the kitchen in that apron. From the garden, it carried all sorts of vegetables. After the peas had been shelled, it carried out the hulls. In the fall, the apron was used to bring in apples that had fallen from the trees. When unexpected company drove up the road, it was surprising how much furniture that old apron could dust in a matter of seconds. When dinner was ready, Grandma walked out onto the porch, waved her apron, and the men knew that it was time to come in from the fields to dinner. It will be a long time before someone invents something that will replace that old-time apron that serves so many worthwhile purposes. Remember, Grandma used to set her hot-baked apple pies on the windowsill to cool. Well, today, her granddaughters set theirs on the windowsill to thaw. They would go crazy now trying to figure out how many germs were on that apron. I don't think I ever caught anything from an apron except love. Now, I'd like to switch, so give me just a minute. I have to figure this one out each time. There we go. This one came from Ray's Aunt Helen, and so it's pretty old, but it's the kind of apron that I like, that it covers everything, and I think this is the way they used to wear them a lot. I'll get it there. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is another unknown author poem. When I used to visit Grandma, I was very much impressed by her all-purpose apron and the power it possessed. For Grandma, it was every day to choose one when she dressed. The strings were tied and freshly washed and maybe even pressed. The simple apron that it was, you would never think about the things she used it for that made her look worn out. She used it for a basket when she gathered up the eggs, and flapped it as a weapon when hens picked her feet and legs. She used to carry kindling when she stoked the kitchen fire and hold a load of laundry to wipe the clothesline wire. She used it for a hot pad to remove a steaming pan, and when her brow was heated, she used it for a fan. It dried our childish tears when we'd scrape a knee. Boy, I'm having trouble today. It dried our childish tears when we'd scrape a knee and cry, and made a hiding place when the little ones were shy. Farm produce took in season in the summer, spring, and fall, found its way into the kitchen from Grandma's carryall. When Grandma went to heaven, God said she could now rest. I'm sure the apron she chose that day was her Sunday best.